This video is a tutorial for helping you set up your GymNext Flex Timer to help run your MX4 small group training workouts. Once you've taken your GymNext Flex Timer out of the box and plugged it in, you next need to download the GymNext Flex Timer app from your App Store. So navigate to your App Store, and once in App Store, you're going to search for GymNext, and you should see the app pop up, GymNext Flex Timer. Go ahead and select that, and when you see the purple G, you know you're in the right place. Go ahead and download the app to your phone. Once downloaded, go ahead and open the app. It's going to take you through a series of screens welcoming you. We'll go ahead and click through those because I'm going to take you directly to setting up the app timer specific to MX4 small group training. So go ahead and start using the app. Now, this is the first screen you will usually see when you turn the app on once it's been downloaded. If you have your GymNext Flex Timer out and ready to connect, you could go ahead and connect to it, which is great. But for now, we're going to go ahead and use with an external device, and we'll connect later. So setting up your first MX4 small group training workout timer, you want to select the third one down, which is titled Interval. So go ahead and select Interval. Once you're in Intervals, your interval is actually referring to the exercises within one of your stations. So we know that in intervals there are 3 exercises, so those will stand for 3 intervals. And here it actually has listed 5. So to delete 2 of those, just slide to the side and delete, slide over and delete. Now we've got our 3 exercises for that station that we want to perform. They're already set at a minute, which is perfect. So all we need to do is add the rest between the intervals, which is, as you know, 30 seconds. So I'm going to go ahead and select rest between intervals. And I'm just going to delete those 2 zeros and add a 3-0, which makes that a 30-second rest, and it'll drop it in right between those intervals. Once that's complete, go ahead and click OK. Now our repetitions stand for the actual number of stations or the pillars that we're going to be using that day. So your endurance, strength, power, and cardio. So we know that there are 4 stations. So I'm going to go ahead and select repetitions. Delete that one and add a 4. Okay. Now after we've completed one of our stations, there is a 1-minute rotation. So right here is where we will add the 1-minute rotation. It says rest between repetitions. So go ahead and click on that. I'm going to delete that out and start over and add 1, 0, 0. Okay. So now we have our 4 stations, and there's those 3 exercises that are a minute apiece with 30 seconds rest in between. And we have that minute of rest between the repetitions, so between the stations where they will be able to rotate. If you move on down to where it says counting direction, right now it's set it up. I prefer down, but it's really your preference. But this will allow it to count down from 10 down to the start. From here, you can go ahead and select tap for additional options. The prelude is that 10 seconds that I like to have there right before the workout starts, where you've started the timer, there's a 10-second count in, and you can get everybody ready to go. If you'd like to select the 3, 2, 1 countdown notification, you can go ahead and do that. You can turn that on or off. And you can also select if you want it to let you know when there's time remaining warnings, and that'll say I want a 5-second, 10-second, whatever you would like to do there, you can do. Some people don't do anything. Or if you like to have a halfway indicator, you can also add that here. So once complete, your app is set up. Now we'd like to name the timer that you're going to be using. So where the pencil is, you're going to select that at the top. I'm going to go ahead and set the name. And for this one, we'll just call it MX4. And I would like to go ahead and just add that to my favorites. So select the star, make sure that's highlighted. And if you'd like to just test your app just on your phone for now, go ahead and hit start. It's going to give you that 10-second prelude that we selected. And then once that counts down, 3, 2, 1, go. Now we're in that first exercise of a minute work, and we'll have 30 seconds rest, and it'll continue on through the full workout. I'll go ahead and pause that for now, close that out. So it's going to show up as a recently used timer here, and also since I selected the star, if I hit favorites, it'll also show up in my favorites, and that's a good place to make sure it is. If you also want to edit any of the imagery up here, you can select the plus symbol, find a picture, and you could add it to there, maybe a picture of your team or MX4 logo, whatever you prefer. So that's how you set up your standard MX4 small group training timer for the GymNext Flex Timer. That is for your first 3 weeks. We'll also have a video that will show you how to set it up for a density week. So now that we know that it's working properly and we're ready to use it, we need to connect it to our timer. So in the top right corner, you see a little image of a timer. Select that, and it's going to pull up a screen that says search for flex timers. So if you have a flex timer in the room, it's turned on, it's plugged in, and you hit search, it will begin the process of finding that, and the Bluetooth will connect to it, and it'll start reading the timer that's on your phone. Once you find your timer, select the timer, hit connect, and it's now connected.